próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y
Listen, a great DJ's gift is being able to put two songs together and oftentimes two songs that don't belong together but do. So amazing. All right, welcome back to Sunrise. We hope you've been having a great morning with us. It's time to turn the page on something truly, truly special. The Jamaica Book Festival is here to celebrate the magic of literature, culture, and big ideas from December 6th to 8th. 6 to 8. I need to read better. This event promises a feast for book lovers and creative minds. And joining us to share what's in store is literacy advocate and the festival's founder, Latoya West Blackwood. Hi, Latoya.
Hi.
Hi, Latoya.
Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to say this right at front because Tami just gave me the titles of my 3 new books, inspired by the previous segment. And the first one is I Can't Find First.
I Cannot Find First.
That's Manuel Shift car.
Yes.
And the second one is Where is...
No, Stuck in Third.
Stuck in Third.
Stuck in Third.
And the third book is...
Where is Reverse? And they're not about what you think they're about. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But I do want to know what inspired the creation of the Jamaica Book Festival.
Yeah, well, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. My professional background in publishing and having the insight in terms of the value of books, right? In terms of, we say festival of ideas. So I think books, it starts with the word and you build on everything there. Whether it's technology, you can get an idea for to create something. So it all starts with the word. Then there is the part of me in terms of the community outreach, where I love impact work. I love to see when you give people opportunities and access how it can change their life. And then there's my personal story about how reading transformed my life. Coming from a single parent, working class household where I didn't travel until I was a teenager. And books were my first passport, right? I was able to experience other cultures, visit places in my head, you know, just get ideas from having access to books. And the library was a big part of that because my mom was able to go to the bookstore and buy a new book every time. She couldn't keep up with my appetite.
Oh, wow.
So it's bringing all of those things together, and at the heart of it is, it's not just for children and youth, but there's a big focus on them because there is no future without them, and we don't want a future where our youth and children are not reading.
Yes. Very, very important, you know, to highlight that, you know. I like the fact that you highlight the theme, the event is branded a festival of ideas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what kind of, give us a kind of sneak peek of the different discussions, the exciting discussions,
All right.
events that are lined up.
Well, let me try to contain it. But today we start with our children's program, and our children's program is branded Future Makers. It's a play on a book I'm about to launch, authored by Joel Namdarkom, and it looks at 30 creative careers. It's attractively packaged, so kids will be interested and exposed to something other than becoming a doctor or lawyer. But you can be a doctor who paints. You can be a doctor who sings.
Right.
You can be a product marketer, designer, or whatever. And it's accessible as well. So I'm very proud of that. We have sign language embedded. So we are branding it Future Makers because we want children to be able to see reading as a pathway to exploring everything that they want to do, sparking the imagination, giving them hope, giving them skills to deal with conflict, building empathy, all of those things. So we're gonna have an amazing program with people like Tanya Batson Savage, Fabian Thomas. There's someone, Rochelle Johnson, who wrote a book about a car, renewable energy. So we're having all of that today. Then we have Industry Day on Saturday, where we look at building skills. So we're looking at emerging opportunities in other markets, because we love Jamaica, but we're not a market for everything we create. We have to connect with places like Latin America. So think about translation for books. We have to think about books to film. We have to think about the business. And then on Sunday, we have our book fair where we'll have readings and panels. People like Earl Maxham, who wrote his book. We're going to have people like Kwame McPherson, who is the first Jamaican, or first Jamaican to win the overall Commonwealth Short Story Prize. So it's an exciting...
Yes,
Yeah.
it sounds jam-packed and exciting and intriguing and inviting.
Does.
Yes.
And it sounds like, I want to say that it's for young readers, of course, but I'm thinking about, the parent watching and who's saying, well, I don't have a child who's big on books or interested by books. Maybe I haven't created this space for that to happen. Maybe this would be a good introduction. Maybe this is a good thing we can do together. Maybe this is a good way for because sometimes as adults, we feel like, are we too late? Is it too late for me to start reading, to be interested by books? So who is this book festival for?
So that's why I'm fighting with my marketing team about the book lovers label. Because we don't just want JBF to be for book lovers. We want people to come and fall in love with books. Like an event we had this week called Blind Date with a Book with Cafe Blue and Kingston Bookshop, where people came, and we have blind dates for you this morning, by the way. Yes.
A book that I've never seen before.
So we had people saying to us, just by coming here, engaging in a fun way around reading. I haven't picked up a book in a long time, but now I think I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook. I'm gonna find it on my Kindle, and we're fine, just as long as you read.
Got it. I want to just take a little second to talk about that though, and just, you're competing with our phones. Books are competing with our phones. I mean, children, poor children, they're competing with us for the gadgets that are in our hands. How do we create some space to then say, you know what, hey, I want to get into this book, or I want my kid to read this book. Do I read with them? What would you say is a nice step for us to take to get to that
I think we have to start with recognizing the world that we live in. There's a series on Netflix called Buy Now that is very scary, but it's very true. It tells you about BUY. It tells you about how our society is set up in a way that there's a design for us where it keeps us trapped on our devices and in a digital world, and that's driven by the capital side of things. So we have to be deliberate and intentional in this time about things like not leaving our children on devices. As a matter of fact, there's a librarian who has given us feedback that there are children at basic school who don't have motor skills, like their motor skills are underdeveloped because the parent just hands them a phone. That's it, right? So we have to look at how to create balance, be intentional in creating balance.
I love that.
That's the first thing.
And the answer to this question is very interesting because it will feed into what we've been discussing about how to appeal and to excite and to interest young people. But what's one thing for those who are attending that they should miss, they absolutely can't miss?
Why?
One thing.
That's such a hard question.
Any surprises in store?
I wouldn't say surprises. I think it's just that there is something for everyone. I think I'm very proud of the fact that we have designed and launched for the first year something that literally has something for everyone. Whether you have a child that doesn't necessarily have the interest, they can come and fall in love with something. Because like today, for example, we have Camp Reel, who is going to do a kind of books to film thing with kids. They have a production pod. So you can think about how can I write a story but then turn it into a film. So that's maybe not the traditional reader. They have an interest in like visual and so on. You have boys who might like graphic novels. And on Sunday, the panels aren't just this literary, you come and sit down and listen to an author read. There'll be discussions. We're highlighting our literacy heroes at the corner library, which literally is a library on a corner using a recycled refrigerator.
Yeah, that's great.
So there's something for everyone.
Where can we find out more information? Where can people, find you? You said it starts this weekend. This starts today. Sorry. So tell us more.
So you can find us via our website, which is jamaicabookfest.com. And online, we're at Jamaica Book Festival everywhere, maybe except X. We're on Instagram. That's a very active space. We realize a lot of people engage there. We're on LinkedIn for the professional folks, and we're on Facebook.
Listen, this is amazing. I'm excited for you. I said to you, you know, I'm really proud of women like yourself who take up a torch and say, this is going to be my thing.
Yes.
And this is what I am motivated and absolutely inspired to do, see, and change in the world.
I appreciate
And
that.
so,
it comes with a lot of sacrifice, personally and otherwise, but some of us have to do it because I literally cannot imagine a future for Jamaica without
with no
reading.
Oh, and here we have our blind dates.
So these are your blind dates.
Yes.
And I'm going to give the birthday.
The bigger book.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank
very
you
much,
so
Dr.
much.
Yes, so how it works is you have the
beautiful.
clues. So if you were at our event, it would be much more exciting because you read the clues and choose a book.
Got it.
And once you lock in with the book, that's your date,
you.
and you unwrap it and reveal it.
You have no idea how on time this is
So
for me
please
right now.
tag us, unwrap, and
will.
tag us and tell us if you like your date.
Okay,
Thank you so much, Otai. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. I am definitely taking up that charge, and I'm hopefully going to see you this weekend for
I
sure.
hope
With
so.
the children.
Thank you.
All right, that was Latoya West Blackwood inviting you to the Jamaica Book Festival to celebrate the magic of literature. Coming up, we've got your Friday morning JPL Roundup. Stay with us. This is